My Mother at 66, poem written by Kamala Das, 1934 to 2009. Let's talk something about the poetess. Kamala Das, also known as Kamala Surya, was born on 31st March 1934 in Malabar, Kerala. She was an Indian English poet and literature, and at the same time, a leading Malayalam author. Her popularity in Kerala is based chiefly on her short stories and autobiography written under the name Madhavikut. Some of her works in English include the novel Alphabet of Lust in 1977, a collection of short story Padmavati the Harlot, and other stories in 1992. In addition to 5 books of poetry, she is sensitive In addition, she also wrote 5 books of poetry. She is a sensitive writer who captures the complex subtlety of human relationship in lyrical style, and My Mother at 66 is an example. Kamala Das received many awards for her literary contribution. She was nominated and shortlisted for Nobel Prize for Literature in 1984. She also won the award of Asian Pen Anthology in 1964, Kerala Sahitya Akademi Award 1969, Sahitya Akademi Award 1985, Honorary Dillet by University of Calicut 2006, and on 31st May 2009, age 75, she died at hospital in Pune. Let's come to the poem and talk about the central idea of the poem. If we talk generally, aging is an important phase of human life. A person enters his childhood, experiences youth when he is full of energy and dreams to have luxury of life. Finally, he approaches his old age and encounters death. Relationship between people become stronger at every aspect of life, and they can't bear separation due to aging. This happens in every relation and every life. In this poem, the poet relates a personal experience. She talks about her own mother. She brings out a common paradox of human relationship and portrays a sensational separation of a mother and daughter. She has been able to capture almost all the emotions which a daughter is filled with on bidding farewell to her beloved mother. She talks how we pose, what is the reality, but on the contrary, how we behave to hide that reality. We are afraid of saying the same reality to ourselves even. Sometimes we do feel deep sympathy for someone, but we can't express it. We fail to express it in a proper manner. Let's come to the recitation of the poem. I recite it for you. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. Doge open mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting and merry children spilling out of their homes. But after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, wan pale as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. Let's come to the explanation of the same poem and start it. In the beginning, we see that there is an autobiographical element in it. The poetess is talking about herself and her mother. She was driving to her parents' house to Cochin. Cochin, maybe she was driving to Cochin airport. And last Friday morning, when she was driving, she saw mother was sitting beside her, and she looked at the mother. She was dozing. Dozing means she was sleeping, like a stroke of sleep she was having. And sometimes we are sitting idle and we have a nap. Okay, same. That is called dozing. And her mouth was open. Her face was ashen. Ashen means glowless, without a glow. She was looking very old, more old than what she was. And she was looking like a corpse. Something sleeping mean inactive, totally inactive, open mouth, glowless face. All this make her appear as a corpse, as if she was a corpse. She was a dead body. And when the thought came in her mind that she is looking glowless, just like a corpse, she realized that there was a pain. What pain we are talking about? She says that she was pain in her heart, feeling that she was as old as she looked. She's looking old, and she is actually aging. She is not looking old only, actually her age is that much. She looked how old she is. And certainly the age which a person could reach up to the corpse. And she puts away that idea, wipe away that idea. But how to wipe away the thought? She concentrated on other things. She looked out, and as they were traveling on the road, she could see that young trees, they were sprinting, as if the trees are running. Actually, the car is running, but we say the trees are running. Trees, when we say trees are running, it adds activity, action to the trees, which was just contrary to the situation, the condition of mother, inactive and glowless. Merry children, merry again, it is contrary to the glowless wan face of the mother. The merry children spilling out of their houses. Trees sprinting, personification it is, and merry children spilling, you can take it as a metaphor. The merry children spilling out of their houses. She looks at them. Spilling means running here, coming out of their houses, and they are full of happiness and full of energy. She concentrates on these two things to wipe away the idea that mother is aging, inactive, and looking like a corpse. But when she reaches to the airport security check, means she has to leave now. That time again she looks back again to mother. She was standing few yards away from her. She looked at her again to say goodbye or bye-bye, whatever, bid farewell. It is a common action, what we do. Before going, disappearing, we again look at the person we are bidding farewell to. She looks at her again, and she's wan means colorless, pale, and she was looking like a late winter's moon. This is a very important expression that has been given over here, late winter's moon. It shows that the dull, weak, and aged face of mother, it is compared to late winter's moon, which look hazy, obscure, and lack sunshine, lack shine, glow, and strength. Comparison is quite appropriate, and this poetic device is simile, and it is very used very apt and effectively. Mother has lost its glow, vigor, and vitality of her youth, because she was getting 66. So she was looking like a winter moon, as the moon in the late winter, moon is overshadowed by mist and sometimes clouds even. And she felt that the old familiar ache, pain that appeared in her brain, one childhood fear. She remembers her childhood fear. In childhood, how she used to be afraid that mother may disappear, may leave her alone. Same ache, similar pain, similar childhood fear comes in her mind. But then this time, Leaving mother doesn't mean leaving the place, leaving her alone. It means dying off and leaving her alone. But presently, all she could say to the mother was, "See you soon, Amma," which is contrary to the fear that is going on in her mind. She says, "See you, Amma," but that because that's all she could say. In her mind, she was having the fear that she may not be able to see the mother again. And all she could do was smile, smile, and smile again. This smile was just to reassure mother that certainly they are going to see each other, and certainly that she will survive long, though it was not the reality. Hiding that fear, hiding that pain, what she could do was smile, smile, and smile again. Now, here we come to the conclusion part. Once again, we recapitulate the poetry that in this poem, Kamala, she explores the theme of aging, death, and isolation through the narration involving her mother. She's talking about the mother, but the theme is aging, death, and isolation of the people. Then, while driving from her parents' home, Cochin, she notices that mother is sitting beside her, dozing. Her face was pale like a dead body. Her thoughts were far away, goes away. And she reminds of the painfully of the mother that she is old and she could pass away early and leave her alone. Putting that thought aside, what she do? She looks out at the young sprinting trees, speeding trees, and children running out of their houses happily to play. These remind her of probably her of the youth and life, which is contrary to the age of the mother. Her own younger days and her mother when she was young. But after the security check at the airport, looking back at the mother, again she realizes that she is looking pale like winter moon, and she feels the same familiar pain, childhood fear, that had thought that she will be losing her mother and she'll be lonely and she will leave her anytime. When she was young, because she was different from other children, she used to feel that fear, and she could only keep smiling and telling that, "See you soon, Amma," because she didn't know well that she'll be able to see her again or not. Some key points are given over here. We can have a look of it. First, a poet is driving to Cochin airport with mother. She looks wan, pale, face of doting mother, and then old fear of losing the mother returns. She concentrates outside, sprinting trees and merry children. They provide a contrast and relief. Then, after security check, old familiar ache, pain returns, and she tries to hide her emotion by smiling. She bids goodbye to mother, saying, "See you, mother," with a hope to see her again, though she was not very assured about it. Poetic devices used in this poem. First simile, when she says that wan, pale as a late winter's moon. A word "as" is used, and it is simile. Her face ashen like that of a corpse. Again, like word is used. Simile it is. Metaphor, the merrying children spilling out of their home. And personification, trees sprinting. Repetition, I did was smile, smile, and smile. And that's all. Let's discuss some of the very important things about it before saying thank you. We talk about the kind of pain and ache the poetess feel. In the childhood, she was afraid of separation and sadness associated with the thought of losing her mother. That is what poetess feel. While leaving her native place, the poetess feel the guilt not being able to take good care of the mother in her old age. Hence, she is also pained and sad. Mother is aged, weak, pale, and she is of great concern to the daughter, and she is having a fear that mother may be departing in her absence, ravaging her mind. We talk about the merry children, and that expression merry children spilling out of their houses. Why this image is brought? As the poetess, she was returning from her native place, sees the joys, children rushing out of their houses into the open playground, open to play. These young children, full of energy, life, a sharp contrast with the ashen visage of her mother, who is weak, dull, lifeless at the age of 66. The enthusiasm, the vitality of the children brings home more emphatically and painful realization that her mother may breathe her last any day in near future. And here we also talk about the last repetition. She has repeated the word smile again and again. When she says she smiles, smiles and smiles. The poetess had no reason to smile at the time of separation from the aged mother, and she was deeply distressed and pained to separate from the mother when she was so old, yet to make the mother feel there is nothing to worry. The poetess attempt to be glad, cheerful, reassured her, saying that see you, ma amma, and extending a smile. So that's all about this lesson. Thank you.